Welcome to the IVM Podcast Network. Hi, this is Amit Doshi, and I wanted to thank each and every one of our listeners. It's been 2 years since I founded IVM, and it's been an amazing 2 years. We wanted to learn a little bit more about who is listening to our shows, and so we put together a short survey. The survey is anonymous, and we aren't going to be collecting any personal information. I would really appreciate it if you could take a couple of minutes out of your day and go to ivmpodcast.com/survey and fill it out. Thanks, and please keep listening.
You're listening to TFG Cricket.
Hello guys, welcome to a new episode of TFG Cricket Podcast. We are here to preview the decider between India and Australia. Never would have thought...
Test Championship Final.
Test Championship Final cannot be without South Africa.
Okay.
Look at the numbers, please.
So, okay, fine. But, I never thought that we would be here talking about the decider between India and Australia. Before the series started, we were all like 4-0, 3...
Nobody would have predicted this.
It should actually have been 2-0 Australia by now.
Yes, you got a point. We got out of jail in Bangalore. We got out of jail in Bangalore, and the way they showed the doggedness, determination to grind and escape with a draw in Ranchi talks a lot about their character. Nikhil, you need talent to win, for sure. But above all, to prevail in test matches, you need character. So the Australians have put us on the back foot. There is no doubt about it. And I'll tell you, when the series started, Indians were going hard at the Aussies. The tables have turned. Can you imagine? We go to Dharamsala. It's 1-1, okay? India have not lost the series. India can still win this. Sign off on a high. What has been a fantastic season. But suddenly, with Virat Kohli under the gun, form question, injury question.
Big question,
rather. And Smith talking about, after they finished in Ranchi, he said if there is something called as momentum, it's with us. Mitchell Johnson said India are scared to lose to Australia. Stark said we know where to bowl to Kohli. And people have said so many things. I'm talking about the Aussies.
Yeah.
And not a single word from the Indian camp, which is very, very surprising. What does it tell you? We are nervous. We are uncertain. And we are bloody scared.
Okay. Before that, let me welcome. That's Vivek Krishnan, you heard. I have CP Thomas with me. But the $1 million question. Yesterday, there was news in the evening that Shreyas Iyer has been called as a replacement, maybe for Virat Kohli. From a cricketing point of view, forget everything that he is a captain. Forget everything that he is the most talented batsman in the world right now. But should he play if he is nursing an injury?
See, should Virat play? Only Virat can answer in this case. It's not asking if should Ajinkya play or should Rohit Sharma play or should even KL Rahul play or even Pujara play. This is Virat, and Virat is the biggest thing in cricket right now. And he has to decide whether he'll play. Now, there are many aspects you have to consider here. First, that it's a decider. Second, he has 36 or 46 runs in the series. Third, 1 week round the corner is the IPL. Now, what does somebody like a Virat do? There is a lot of money at stake when you look at IPL. There is always the pressure from brands, from the owners. See, almost 200, 300, 500 crores is riding on him. And you can't just sit and say, okay, now I want to smash these Australians, I need this game. So he'll have to take a very, very calculated decision, and it won't be only his decision, it's team management. And I'm not talking about team management as in India team management. Because if he says my shoulder is not happening, nobody can force him to play. If internally he and his agency decides that, okay, boss, this is not worth it. Australia jeeta leke gaya. Chalo, it's like one patch, small patch ho gaya. Kal sab log bhool jayenge.
After IPL, nobody remembers.
Yeah, exactly. You go out there and do well in IPL and everything is forgotten. So there are a lot of aspects they will be considering right now. But for Virat, if Virat is just given a free hand, money not happening, he's going to spray a lot of things, take a lot of pills and get on the field. Okay, because you had a long 9-10 month season. You have thrashed people 3-0, 4-0, 1-0, whatever. You have 4 double centuries, and then you are sitting on now 5 days is going to decide how these 9 months were. Just these last 4-5 days is going to decide what Virat Kohli is all about, what Indian team is all about. And like we have always said, and like everyone says, we had never expected it to reach such a stage. So for Virat, it's a big dilemma. From what if he didn't practice yesterday, he was not part of the practice yesterday.
But that was intentional.
No, intentional, fine. He didn't means there is injury. Okay, that it's not. So he's saying, let me give it 2 more days of rest and Saturday tak theek ho jayega.
But I saw early in the morning, a few hours ago, CP, BCCI tweeted he was knocking balls at Dharamsala.
See, which is perfectly fine. He came out to bat also, okay, the day after the injury.
Yes.
And it's now a week after that. Okay, he hasn't done anything. So it should have healed itself by exactly. So there's nothing to say ki the injury is gone and he's good. It's not good. And whether Shreyas Iyer came or not, it's a different thing. But I'm very certain it's a decision Virat is going to take. And more than likely he's going to play. He's going to come out there because he has a lot to prove, and this will determine his character. And just imagine if he plays a match-winning knock, coming with an injury, and my God.
And I hope it happens.
And
I hope, because he's, like CP said, the biggest brand we have in our country. And I spoke about greatness, eternal greatness in the last episode.
I'll come on that about hoping it happens. He will come to play, but don't expect any miracles. For the simple reason, it's not anything about my liking Virat or not liking him. For the simple reason how Australia has handled this series.
Yeah.
It is as simple as that. We never expected to lose in Pune. We created a turner. We wanted the match over in 2 days, and it got over in 3 days, but in favor of Australia. And then it was all panic on communicating to the world, all panic on the field about sledging the Australians, while Australia just came to play cricket and probably draw and probably lose 2-0 and go back. And suddenly we were all over the place, not knowing what to do, Virat behaving stupidly. So the pressure definitely is on India, but the biggest factor in favor of Australia right now is how they drew the last match. Now a Warner is going to go out there and bat, knowing that there are 5 other batsmen in the team. Till the last test, he and Smith thought only they could save Australia all the time. That's why Smith looked to the dressing room for the DRS. कि अभी मैं out हो गया तो ये match गया. Somehow let me see if I need to take a DRS and save myself. Now in this match, when Smith says we have the momentum, is bowling, they always had the momentum. They were on par with India. There's nothing wrong. They have a decent pace attack. The spinners are doing well because it's turners. Only problem was batting. That is a team which didn't know how to play spin, or there were no big names except for Warner and Smith. Now a Warner is going to go out there knowing that even if I get out, there are 5 other guys who can play spin, who can attack, who can score. Same with a Smith. And that is where the pressure is on the Indian batsmen. And Indian batsmen, more so on Virat, because he hasn't scored runs. Pujara is going to go out there and grind. And if he gets a good ball, he's going to go. But Virat has to prove a lot of things, and that's why probably, even if he comes out to play, it's going to be very tough for him to score runs. So the balance is definitely in favor of Australia. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
And for Virat, my personal thing would be to rest.
Yes.
My personal opinion would be rest, because it's not going to matter. This is a team game. It's a 5-day match. It is not a T20. If it was a T20, I would have told him to come out. Come out, because those 50-60 runs would make a difference. Here, it is not going to make a difference. He is not going to win the match for us. I can assure you that.
I disagree. I'll tell you why Virat should come and what will happen if he doesn't turn out. Sourav Ganguly history of Indian cricket, one of the finest captains. Okay? How do I remember him? 2004, chickened out, Nagpur pitch. This is Indian cricket. This is Indian fans' memory. Okay? Everything is gravitating towards Virat's form and injury. Before the series started, why are we in this position? I'll tell you. Because even before the flip of the coin, we knew it would be a 4-0 result in our favour. Already taken the first step wrong. And like CP said, Australia were ready to grind. Virat Kohli, so people are talking about Virat's form and his injury. What would be the worst thing to happen at this point in time? Virat sitting out. He's a leader, okay? He will talk. His bat was also doing the talking a few weeks ago. Suddenly people are talking about Virat being out of form. Is he really out of form? No, he's not. Brain fade, brain freeze, call it whatever you want, or smart strategy from the Australians. Okay? This is the time for your leader, for your captain to stand up and say, boss, I am the best batsman in the world, not only in my team. I'm going to show you how to do it. Back against the walls. If he sits out, the Aussies will have a laugh about it, number one. Number two, we have given them the early advantage straight away. Imagine Ajinkya Rahane walking out to the for the toss. Steven Smith shakes hands. He looks him into the eye. You have given him the edge. Aussies have drawn first blood. Let me finish. A 25% fit Virat is enough. You need his presence on the field. You cannot be shouting. You cannot be barking orders from the dressing room. Doesn't happen. Deep down, Virat Kohli, I will know I'm not fit. Ravi Shastri will know. Anil Kumble will know. My colleagues will know. You Australians, you shouldn't know.
First,
but I'll tell you what. I'll take his point.
I'll tell you. So you come, look Smith in the eye, and I say heads, tails. I don't care. I'm throbbing pain, but I'm going to give it to you. I'll tell you, that's how, man, you should. If you are going down, go down like a warrior. Go down like a hero. What Steve Waugh did at the Oval, what Graham Smith did at Sydney. Remember, we had this chat in our office, Nikhil, how these great captains go, put their bodies on the line for the country. If Virat can do this for IPL, for Bangalore last year, bet your bottom dollar he's going to come out tomorrow. No early advantage to Australia. And I don't care about how much he gets, how many runs he scores in this match. Presence matters.
Yeah, presence matters. I would agree to that, because even when Sachin was not in form, he's being in the team itself is a kind of
and if there is no Virat on the field, Indian team will lose control.
Yeah.
Ajinkya Rahane, when he was asked to lead in that session or two, he was looking for answers. Obviously, you can't expect Rahane because you have thrown him into the deep end. He cannot respond. You need Virat Kohli. It's going to be a very hostile atmosphere. I'm telling you, Aussies are in this position. They didn't dream of this position, okay, when they were taking the flight from Australia to India. Now this is like the final frontier. Man, we can win here. And it's going to be very intense, hostile. And when you don't have a character like Virat Kohli, puss, kuch nahi hone wala hai.
Okay. There's another character that we need to speak about is Ravichandran Ashwin. Now, if he doesn't click, it is very difficult for India to pick those 20 wickets.
No, see, the one good thing about this final match is actually two factors. One is the toss is not going to make a difference, like it was, like we saw in the third test. You won the toss, but you batted last, so it doesn't matter. And second, everybody is talking about seam conditions and what the pitch will turn out to be, but both the teams are now not scared of losing the toss or winning the toss. That part is over now. Now it's going to be man to man, how you perform. So I like the thought of Virat out there and leading his troop and everything, but then you're going a man short into the match. As simple as that. You're going with a leader who can't perform. So, the thing is, if he's injured, if he's not injured, he's fit, we don't know. If he's going half injured just to lead his team, he is half injured. Let's not forget, Australians might not know it, nobody knows it. He's physio, everybody knows he's half injured and he goes out. But he's half injured. And you're playing an international match against the best team in the world, one of the best. So you can't say ki, I am the greatest leader, and you need a leader when you everything taken for, but you're a man short because you can't field in the deep where you were. You can't bat, or you're not sure of how to batting. You know. See, the thing is, I know when I am standing there that my arm is not good. You might be there for a certain reason. Like Vivek said, great. You need a line out there leading the team. There's absolutely no doubt about that. But then you're taking the calculated risk that, okay, I haven't performed in the last 3 matches. So even if I don't perform this match, it doesn't matter. We are 1-1 and we are here. So I scored only 36 runs. I score another, my average is 8 runs a match. I'll score another 8 runs and fine. But I'll lead the team. So you have to be very clear about it. You now it all, like I said, toss is not going to matter. The pitch is not going to matter. It's going to be man to man. Which team pulls out, great efforts, and which one, if Warner clicks versus a Virat, if a Smith clicks versus a Virat, then you have a problem. Same with the bowling. If it's a seaming attack, Bhuvneshwar Kumar might come in and he might pick up wickets. There has not been a single consistent performer across the series. All bowlers have performed well. All batsmen have pitched in except for a Rahul and Pujara. So wherever it is, so it's going to be a great match. Now this Virat factor makes it a little more in favor of Australia. Other than that, it's going to be a great test match.
Again disagree when he spoke about Virat not being if Virat can't contribute as a batsman, who's the replacement? Shreyas Iyer, Abhinav Mukund. They are as good as, if you tell me you're going to take them to war, I'll say don't go, you're going to lose. So I'll take a 5% fit Virat and I'll go. I don't care if he's going to get me a 0, he's going to get me 2 or 3. If 50 or 100 comes along the way, bonus. But what am I expecting out of Abhinav Mukund and Shreyas Iyer? Nothing. These guys are going to be intimidated. There's going to be a lot of banter around. I'm telling you, the moment Virat Kohli walks out to bat, the Australians have played it very, very smart. They have not spoken, they have not said anything, okay? They have not sledged Indians at all. Watch out in this test match. India are on the back foot. So that's where I feel Virat, and he can control proceedings. So he has to be there. Number 2, toss factor. Big, I think it's going to be huge again. Why? In a decider, you don't want to bat last. The score, the target might not look very demanding, but the situation is going to be extremely difficult. 150 can look like 400. Imagine Australia or India chasing on the final day, series on the line. And that's where I feel bat first, win toss, bat first. One more reason, if India bats first, if India scores 300 plus, India is not losing the series.
See, let's not get into if things, because you can put a if this happens, if that happens, it's all hypothetical.
But that's where the toss is important for India.
Exactly. CP. So third test match, we lost the toss, but we were in a winning situation.
Yes, because of the wicket. Now here we read that the wicket is going to assist the seamers.
See, that's what I'm saying. Let's not get into hypothetical situations, because everybody is talking about a certain wicket. Everybody thought Bangalore will also be a big turner, but it wasn't. And Ashwin didn't pick any wickets. But India nearly won the test. One session separated us from victory and one partnership. So there's nothing to say that the pitch or the toss matters, because it's very simple. It's going to be that session. Marsh and Hanscom proved that they had the capacity to handle the spinners or the bowlers, and because it was a bad pitch, because it was a decent pitch wherein Ashwin couldn't do much. If one of them had gone, the match would have turned and we would be talking a different story. So, in hindsight, you can say a lot of things. Now, based on what has happened in the last 3 test matches, we are at a situation where all 22 players are going to be under pressure. There is no doubt about that. Now, who will bat last? is going to depend on the first innings of both the teams. If India bats first and drops for 300, scores 300, and they score 500, we are batting last, saving an innings. So we just don't know the situation. Multiple situations can happen. Again, it comes down to how is everyone going to handle the pressure. And probably Virat being on the field, it's great. But for all you know, he's playing an injury up. They're trying to send wrong signals to the Australians saying he's injured, but he'll come out fit and fine. So you don't know what games are being played, but you can't go in there saying that, I'll take a half-injured guy and, probably he will save the match for us. You have to be very sure about it that he is not going to contribute with the bat. He's going to contribute as a leader, which is great enough because there's no other leader right now. If Dhoni was in the team, it was a different thing. If Rohit Sharma bhi nahi, aur koin hai hi nahi idhar.
Rohit Sharma. CP, please.
Hai hi nahi koi.
But guys, it's been 22 minutes and we are still discussing on Virat Kohli. We need to touch on other aspects as well.
I think
there is no other aspect.
Yes.
Nikhil, there is no other aspect.
It's very clear.
Everything is discussed. Everybody knows who is bowling. Everybody knows who is batting. There's absolutely nothing to discuss. This is going to be, it's a battle of wits. It's a battle of nerves. It's a battle of, how the team is going to perform in a high pressure match, which India hasn't been ever. I mean, it's like last 9 months they had a roll. I mean, it was like easy coming, easy going. There's no problem at all. This is where the true test will happen.
And that's where Virat would want to play this match. Because people will forget 3-0, 4-0. People will forget all those double centuries.
There's no question that Virat is going to take the field, even if he's half injured.
Yes.
And
it makes sense. It makes sense.
Of course, it makes sense.
Even if he's not going to get you 50 and 100.
No, he need not, because we haven't depended on him in this test series.
Yes.
So
if it comes along, it's bonus.
It's better come along because it is needed. This time there is no bonus. You need the runs. So, abhi tak chal gaya.
You need the runs because the conditions will favor the Australians very well. Because it's not going to be a turner. And David Warner is just waiting for that kind of pitches to, go hammer and tongs in the first inning.
But you never know, Umesh and if
Bhuvneshwar.
Ishant, if they put up a good spell in the beginning, you don't know.
How can India win this test match? Let's look at it from that
would
perspective.
Be a good way to look at it,
How can India win? India can bat first. India can bat first. India can score 300, 350. Get Australia cheaply. Again, some more runs and defend. Okay, that's one way of looking at it. Number 2, what happens if Australia bat first? Suddenly we are under pressure. Can we respond knowing that Virat is not in the best of nick? Now that is an area of concern for us. And then once we are batting last day 250, I think match haath se gaya abhi. If we get into that situation. So I think toss again is going to play a major role. Because
do you think India will go 3 pacers?
Now, 3 pacers, this whole pitch thing, Nikhil, I think if you're playing at home, Virat, Anil Kumble should have a say. I don't understand why this groundsman from Dharamsala is saying there is going to be grass on the wicket. The pitch is going to aid the seamers. BCCI should fine him. It is as simple as that. There is series on the line. The world is talking about it. Why do you want the Australians to come here, beat you at your own game and go back? Why? You have got your fundamentals wrong. Planning hi galat hai. So it's as simple as that. How can we win? Okay, we can argue saying we fell into our own trap in Pune. But that is our strength, Nikhil. That is our strength. Now we know from what we saw in Ranchi, the Australians can grind it out. And you don't need a Smith and a Warner to, really save the day for Australians. Marsh or Hanscombe can do it. How can we win? Prepare a turner. Fine. This is a challenge. If you guys can play spin well, half the battle is won. Do it because we are capable. One poor run in Pune shouldn't stop us. I know it's too late. You can't go 2 holes on either side. You can't dig holes. I know. But this is how we should have approached this series. Once again,
There is a chance of Hazelwood is also not playing. Could be a chance that Bird might replace
Man,
him.
if they replace Hazelwood with Bird, again, like for like replacement, he's going to hit the deck hard, he's going to nag outside the off stump. But again, Cummins is the real danger. If there is grass and if the technique is going to be wobbly with Rahul and Vijay, we could be 20-2 in no time and Virat Kohli walking out. That, in my opinion, will be make or break. That will define the series. It's simple. It's simple.
No, it's very simple. There's not much to do. You have to go out there and play good cricket. You have to play great cricket. And it's a 5-day match. You have to play for 5 days great cricket. And that is going to decide who's going to win this test. And 99% there's going to be a result in this match. It's almost.
And there is no weather around, CP.
So for Test cricket, it's a great testimonial, and it's very refreshing that it's happening in India, and with a team that the world looks up to. So Australia versus India becomes a nice rivalry after India-Pakistan has fallen through. This is one of the rivalries that everybody looks up to.
Yeah.
And two great captains. Two good teams, nice finish, brilliant. I mean, it couldn't be better. You couldn't have scripted it better.
Yeah. But still, this episode is so inconclusive that we still don't know. Guys, if you feel that Virat Kohli should play or not play, please write in the
I have a very simple theory.
So, see, Virat is going to play. These are all communication tactics, and he's been a week. He batted the next day. He's been a week out there. He's like, we all know he might come in half fit, but there's no other leader, so they need him on the field. He'll come if he scores well and good, but he's going to play. Now the thing is, unfortunately, what Smith said is right. The momentum is with Australia, and if it was 51-49 in earlier test matches, this is 55-45. It's definitely Australia much, much ahead. For the simple reason that they're very confident about their batting now. I mean, Maxwell came out of nowhere, scored a century. They didn't even expect him to last 30.
Even the French players, Renshaw,
Renshaw from first match only has fitted in. In fact, just like Virat hasn't performed, Warner hasn't performed. So it's like for like out there.
Yeah.
So it's a very, very equal team. It's going to be high pressure match, and who can handle that pressure will determine. And the way Indians have behaved off the field, on the field, they can't handle pressure.
I have a very simple take. Go for the kill or be ready to get killed. It's as simple as that.
Okay.
Still favourites India in my book. Still favourites because...
Have to be, na? Have to be. We are playing at home.
और क्या बोलने का है? और कुछ बचा ही नहीं है.
नहीं, वो तो दिल कहता है एक चीज.
CP, if India wins the toss, we have to play super pathetic cricket to lose the series. Now, I don't care if India gets 200 or 500.
Okay.
Poor खेला, toss जीत के गया.
नहीं, poor खेला इसलिए तो ये situation में यार. माने all 3 matches we have played poorly. Forget about winning the second test match also. We haven't played to potential. Or is this the potential of India? Okay. That's another debate.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this the potential of India?
Is this the true potential?
Is this the true potential that when a real good team comes out there at home?
I mean, this is the best 11. We are not playing anything short.
No. And at home you are struggling to win a series. I mean, and you have to decide. And the worst, is this the best potential that if a Virat doesn't play means हम लोग अभी बोल रहे कि हार गए. हाँ, कि half injured क्या 5% भी ठीक है तो भेज दो उसको ground.
And they are without Stark.
Yeah.
They are they're without Mitchell Stark. I want to deliver this message to Virat Kohli. He should go back to the 1992 World Cup final. Imran Khan and his troops. He came out with a T-shirt which had tiger on it. Okay. And I remember this, Ian Chappell narrated this story many, many years ago. And he said, I asked Imran at the toss, why have you come up with this T-shirt? He said, I've asked my boys to play like cornered tigers. Virat should go back, read or YouTube, whatever, and he should do the same. And I'll tell you, we have all the ammunition to come out on top.
See, the thing is about, the stature. okay, I understand. Virat hasn't reached the stature of
Yes,
Imran.
he hasn't. But these Indians respect him.
No. There is no doubt. He will reach that, and he is as good and a leader, or the aggressiveness. Everything is right there. But there is that childishness in him, which comes out when he comes out and claps and laughs when Ishan making a monkey face. There's a whole difference in him.
Of course.
Yeah. And if you're talking about Imran, there's one anecdote about him when one of the fielders dived and tried to save a 4 and it crossed the line. So when in the dressing room he fired that guy. So that player said, "Sir, लेकिन मैंने तो dive लगाया था." तो बोला dive नहीं, जान लगा.
Yeah.
So
Imran is Imran. There's only one Imran.
Yeah. So that is the kind of leadership. While Dhoni is a very cool guy who will look at you and you will be. So each one has its style. Virat will reach that. But this is a different ball game. This is like now it's going to be 5 days. See, there's a whole difference between playing a ODI and a T20 versus 5 days, 15 sessions. You have to go out there, and each session, matters. You drop the ball in one session and you're dead.
Yeah.
And actually in Test cricket, if you have seen during the last few years, the winning side has only won 1 or 2 sessions out of the 5 days.
That's been the trend lately.
That's been the trend. So you drop the ball, Pujara, Rahane innings, and you're gone.
Yeah.
That changed everything. Marsh, Hanscom innings, and it's a draw versus a win.
One O'Keefe spell and
gone. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting.
Every tweet that BCCI do today, we can have a podcast on it.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. So this can go on and on.
I've really enjoyed this podcast. Maza aa gaya.
Guys, you can.
And thank you to India and Australia.
Absolutely. Great show of skills and great show of,
in fact,
actual cricket.
Yeah, there is another decider that is happening in New Zealand right now. 2 big teams.
But nobody's talking about it.
Yeah, nobody's talking about it. So guys, you can read more articles on, whatever is happening in India, Australia on our website, thefangarage.com. You can connect us via Twitter and Facebook at The Fan Garage. You can listen to our podcast on IndusVox Media, SoundCloud, iTunes. CP is stopping me. One final comment.
Next 5 days, as you listen to this, read everything. Next 5 days, please watch the match.
Yep.
That will be a testimony to Test cricket. This is what we want.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's very important that lovers of cricket watch this match.
This is the stage.
Yeah, this is the stage. Just to see how you need not just skills, how character matters, how your determination matters, how, like Vivek said, go for the kill. Can you go for the kill? Or do you have the weaponry to go for the kill? All this come into play.
So listen to our podcast on IndusVox Media, SoundCloud, iTunes, Audio Broom, and definitely on YouTube. Subscribe, share, like, and comment, and do download this podcast, IVM Podcast, at Android and iOS. Till then, take care. Bye-bye.
Hey man, just help me out, man. I need some podcast, man. I haven't had a fix in a week. Just need some.
Don't you worry about it. I got podcast galore for you, man. Just go to ivmpodcast.com. You can also find us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Thanks, man. I'm gonna check it out.